Hey guys, welcome back. In today's conversation, we're going to be talking about sexuality and more. And I'm joined by my good friend. I'll even go to the lengths of saying my best friend. Introduce yourself.
Remel, hi guys, I'm back again with CHÉY. About to chop it up.
Yeah. So, one of the questions that I was going to ask, or just like to delve into the conversation, is obviously we're going to talk about sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So, as it stands now, what do you identify as?
I think that's a very great question because a lot of people don't know how to identify themselves, and I think even though people see me and still they create an identity for me, it's still I don't think I've identified myself as yet. I think I'm still in discovery of who I am. I don't know. It's not something that you can easily quickly identify yourself as, because one day you feel like, oh, you may say, you're gay one day for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then you do something that changes your outlook, or you hear someone else's story that gives you a different outlook of, are you really gay, or are you a different type of gay?
Yeah.
Are you femme gay? Are you, there's so many different avenues of identity now, so you have to really evaluate and really think about who are you as a person before someone else can label you.
That's labels as well. I can't stand, for me personally, I can't stand labels.
Yeah,
like,
either, but
if someone says to me, oh, what's your sexuality? And I'm like, obviously bisexual. However, I don't like labels. I like who I like.
Mm-hmm.
They can be male or they can be female.
But
then I remember I was in America and I said that, and they came off with some, I can't even remember what it was.
Is it asexual or pansexual?
I think it was pansexual.
So yes,
and I was like, what does that mean?
Pansexual, asexual.
Yeah, and I was like,
so many sexual. So
I said, nah, Bedri. I was like, nah, Bedri. Like, man or woman, that's who I like.
Also call that gender fluid.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, how is gender fluid and pansexual the same thing?
Yeah.
Are they not different sexualities?
I'm like, listen, I like who I like. I can't be dealing with labels.
Yeah,
I really can't be dealing with labels. So then obviously, let's rewind back to when you was primary school. Probably that's like what, ages 8 upwards. Let's go 8 years old upwards, and take us through that journey. So from age 8 to about 11.
What year would that be? Like year?
That's like year 4.
Oh God.
So let's just say year 4 to year 6 before hitting secondary.
We won't go too heavily into it, but I'll give
give a little gist.
I don't think I was ever given the opportunity to really identify my own identity and sexuality for myself. Put it that way.
Yeah.
For me, it was taken away from me.
Okay, so like people telling you what you are or who you are.
Not even. So that stage came in secondary school. Okay. So that was my secondary school part.
Yeah.
I think before that, it's more. Because I'm trying to get straight to the point. But it's really hard. It's so hard to be
hard, yeah, when you know there's not a mass story, but
it's a secret to me. So it's even come out and say it and put it out.
No. That's okay. Let me stop right there.
No, because I'm trying to be.
If vague. You're not comfortable,
I'm comfortable.
Then don't.
I'm comfortable because you have a way of understanding of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Imagine someone basically taking a part of you without you even knowing that part of yourself, and then you then grow up and then have other people keep pushing a narrative and a vision of who you are for you to then believe it.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
So that part of your identity before you even establish your identity has been taken away from you, so you always have this memory of, this happened to me. Yeah. Then you get to secondary school, and though you're still dealing with this happened to me, you then have to deal with people enforcing you're this for how many years? throughout secondary school. So then you get to college and then you start to grow into sexuality and sex and all
that
these
would
things.
be experiences
And
and stuff.
then because you've heard this has happened, you feel like that's your route to go down.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know. For me personally, I feel like mine was taken from me, and I feel like that's what the route I felt was the best to go down.
Yeah.
But I don't still know.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is quite interesting. It's not even of a week we're gonna tell you about the
yeah.
Like that was like whoa.
To you, to me it was like whoa. Guys, we'll get that's a whole other story. That's a whole another video.
That's a whole other video. But yeah, that was just like, how do you know?
Yeah. I mean, in life, it's like, because obviously I've got friends all sexualities. Not all, because there's literally so many now. But in like obviously straight, like obviously heterosexual, bisexual, lesbian, gay, queer, and I'm just like, I remember a time when we was in secondary school, so this is probably like what age? I was going to say probably age 13, 14, when we actually knew what was going on, or like the feels-ish.
The feels-ish was
the feels-ish.
Especially people talk about, I lost my virginity and I had sex and I did this and I did that. It was like, oh, what does that look like? How does that feel? But for some of us had already known what certain acts were, but it was just like...
We didn't have it wasn't that big of a deal.
It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was
until other people had their influence and was like... Because remember that incident, obviously, I'm not going to say names, when it was bun the lesbian on the
bus.
The bus.
That really affected them.
It did.
I think that's just the fear though.
Yeah, I think that's just school in general.
School, fear.
Even though you're thinking, no one can tell me nothing, I'm myself. Deep down, guys.
You don't want to get locked up.
You don't want to get locked up.
Especially when you're in your teenage young years. You don't want to get locked up and be that isolated one. I
mean, the whole bun the lesbian thing on the bus, at that time, to me, it was trivial. It wasn't I wasn't thinking it was that serious. Obviously, now going back, obviously I know it was. But trivial things like that in school, when you're thinking... Let me go with the minority, the majority, sorry. Because I don't want to be left behind because kids are fucking cruel.
Yeah, we are wicked. All of us are wicked.
Kids are cruel.
Isolate myself.
I can't isolate myself because I know I've got people out there. If the purge happened, ain't no one know where I am. Ain't no one know where I am. Do you know what I mean? And it's those kind of situations where, yeah, you're right, it probably did affect them. And I mean, I had conversations with one of them in particular, and it did affect, but she kind of like brushed it off. She was like, well, I know I'm not, brush it off kind of thing. But you know, when like you can see behind the eyes, it's like, damn, like, this is damaging. But you don't really see that until you're out of it and you get older and you're thinking, my girl was feeling this type of way. And I do understand we said obviously pushing a narrative, because that could have
really made them go that
and
way.
Imagine as well the person who was saying born the lesbian, how that all panned out.
Look who she's turned into now.
Yeah. We're not gonna say anything on camera. But look how that whole thing just turned around.
Exactly. Look at that.
If you can read between the lines, read between the lines.
Look at that.
Do you know?
It's usually the ones that wanna... Cause girl... I spill some tea. I like to spill some tea on the camera about someone that hit me up on the app. Last time I was
that's another video. That's not this video. Stay tuned, that's gonna be another video. But I wouldn't know.
That's from
after on camera. The cameras.
They was from secondary school, so
really? Okay, we'll yeah, okay.
And how long was you feeling that way? And since when, please?
It's mad. That's what I mean. The ones who express hatred or like a dislike to it all, like, oh, you're wrong or whatever. 360 bedroom.
Especially
360.
Especially when they reach their 30s.
Innit?
Because you gotta eat the
360s, like, it's crazy. So then, obviously, going back, okay, so you said primary school, you know, a bit of your identity was like taken away and pushed onto you, and then obviously coming to secondary school, which is like 11 years old to 16. Talk me through that stage. Obviously, you're still thinking about something was taken away. You come into a new place. Did anyone from your primary school come to your secondary school?
Just C and his sister, the other C.
Okay.
So just them two and my sister.
Oh, okay.
But besides that, no, nobody else.
Okay, so talk us through your secondary school journey.
Yes, 7. I would say yes, 7 was okay, but then I think it got harder more near the end. And I think I can't really remember too well, but I think it was year 7 or year 8. Well, I want to say between 7 and year 9, where the word gay was really enforced. And it was more from, you know, remember CT that was like, was he 3 years older than us? The one that liked JF.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, it was that crew. So the 2 C's and the rest of them. Because remember the lunch, that one time on lunch break, you that had carried on walking up, and I must have went to go get something from the canteen. And I was running up to catch us up, and you that were at the top by, you know, you got the hill and we had the car, and then you had that turn.
Yeah.
And then they all grabbed me.
I can't remember.
Then what did he? If he punched me in my stomach. Do you remember when the short button organized one from Aston C? Did it?
No.
Him?
Really? I can't remember that. And we were all there.
You that went there, but you that were around the side.
Oh, okay.
You that were they had. It's I can't remember who stopped chairs, but someone stopped chairs. Stopped chairs.
Yeah.
And then they was talking to JF.
Yeah.
And you that were all there, and then.
Yeah.
And the rest of them came to the court, grabbed me up, pulled me by the fence, punched me in my stomach, and then my cousin it me and Antha came running over and was like, what you doing? What you doing? Oh, fuck you up, you know. And I think one of them tried to slap one of them in their face, but Marisha punched her. And then that was that. And then my sister got kicked out, and then every since she got kicked out, it was.
Yeah. So I was about to say, like, obviously your sister was there, so like, what?
Yeah, she got kicked out when she was in year 9. Yeah, she would have been in year 9. I was in year 7.
Year 7.
I would say I got bullied, but I wouldn't in those years I didn't recognize it as being bullied. I think as you get older,
you always
realize
see things,
yeah. Different picture. Yeah, I think I did get bullied in school, but I never would have said I got bullied in school.
That's mad.
In my early teenage stage, if someone said, "Oh, did you get bullied at school?" No, I never got bullied.
Yeah.
But as I really sit and think about it,
now, you think back, you know.
I did get bullied.
Yeah.
Maybe not as dramatic,
as severe as other people. Yeah.
In other ways, I do get it. More the psychological bullying, sometimes now and again physical, but I think it was probably that one time more physical. Because every other situation for that, it was just like, yeah, I'm not having it, I'm just attacking.
Yeah.
I think that's why I stabbed K in his, like, that one time in maths. Don't fuck with me. That was it. I said that. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, because I too wouldn't say. Back then I'd be like, no one can bully me. But if something's happening over and over again, the same thing to you, that's bullying. Name calling, physical, psychological, as you said, that is bullying. Secondary school, oh my God.
It's a whole different
Whole
ball game.
different ball game.
Who are these bitches? The fuck are you? Who are you to disrespect me? Who are you to...
You know.
We used to go acting like cats and dogs. Everyone did it like cats
I
and
had
dogs.
to grow a tough skin because if I didn't grow a tough skin,
I think my skin's kind of grown tougher now, but...
you would... I would have to... Oof. It's had to be though. It's literally had to be, and I'm going to get back onto that because we're not. But again, so obviously that happened, which crazy. I can't remember that, but that's obviously it must have happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but that's crazy. So obviously everyone, you mentioned obviously the gay word, and everyone was like, oh, this, and this to you. One, how did that make you feel? And two, did you even recognise it to be a thing?
So to go to two first, no, I didn't recognise it to be a thing because I didn't know what gay or... I know it's going to sound weird and very novice, but I didn't know what gay, straight and all those sort of terminologies meant. I just knew you're a person. If you like someone, you like someone.
Yeah,
and
how it should be.
My sort of childhood, I probably said I protected and shattered myself quite a lot. So I went really into the Hollyoaks, EastEnders, Emmerdale, all them TV shows. I would go home, watch Marvels. I rather watch my X-Men, my Spider-Man. You know, I'd rather watch them kind of things because those were more entertaining to me. Rather than watching grown people talk about real life shit, I don't care. I'm trying to enjoy my teenager, young years. Until it's time for me to reach 15, 16, now I can start thinking about those other things. I think secondary school really made me grow a lot faster than I needed to, and I wish things were a lot slower.
Yeah.
What was your first point again?
The first question, how did it make you feel? Obviously everyone...
Initially, I don't know how it made me feel because I didn't know what it was. Again, I didn't know what it was, so it was like, how do you feel? But don't get me wrong, again, having the first situation, having someone take something from me, I kind of knew what it was in my mind, but I didn't know. I didn't know it to have a name.
Got ya.
I just knew what this was, but I just didn't know it as a name, as that was a gay experience.
Yeah.
I just knew it was someone had done something to me and didn't like it. It made me feel sick. I felt quite uncomfortable. It made me feel very uncomfortable. Yeah. That's the best way to say it. Very uncomfortable. Yeah. Even to see this person to this day, I still feel uncomfortable.
Really? But it would though. I don't even know what's happening. Like it would.
Yeah, because it's just like, fair enough. It was I was. I don't even know. Was it junior? Was it primary school? Very young. Put it that way. So it's many years. I'm still trying to deal with it, but I feel like a part of me still feels like I've dealt with it, but I know I haven't.
Yeah. I think something like that though, even though I haven't gone through anything like that, but I think things, especially in your childhood, you don't deal with it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Because you have certain triggers that you don't even know you have triggers for. And it will come up and you're thinking, damn, didn't I dealt with this? Like, what's going on? Like, you just rehash, which is mad. Honestly, it's crazy. But then obviously, okay, secondary school, the words are getting thrown around.
It sank in, and I started to really believe it more. I think year 10, year 11, well, that's 2 years.
So why do you think the change is? Because you grew older, you became accustomed to
older, and I started watching more TV. I started watching more adult TV. So I used to watch EastEnders quite a bit back in those days. I didn't really watch anything else. So when you watch EastEnders and they talk about gays, this gay, I can't remember who was back in those days when we was in school, early 2000s, late 2000 to 2010 times. There's someone in there that was gay. I think it was Ben. Phil's son's Ben Mitchell. Ben Mitchell. So obviously I think when Ben was in it and they was talking about gay and him wanting to go to ballet and how they really shunned it, it made me feel like, oh, maybe that's not something I need to do or something I need to be trying to embrace at this point. But you can't help how the mind thinks.
Yeah.
You see something, you like it. Ooh,
That's true.
you can't help how your mind thinks. You can try your best, but you can't help how the mind thinks. You really can't. And I really tried a lot. I tried a lot till I was 21, 22.
So even through college, you just like, nah, this ain't me. This ain't it.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it wasn't me. Oh, this ain't it. I was scared.
Okay, yeah.
Because Birmingham's a small city. Everyone in Birmingham, a lot of people in Birmingham know who I am.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know me physically, just come and say hello to me. You know who I am by my face. You know who my people are.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a case of, imagine if I do something with someone and it's an actual gay act.
Yeah.
And then that goes around like wildfire. There was already other people around at that time that were getting outed for being gay, and the things that I had heard and seen and all of that about them.
That was crazy.
It was scary. So to then hear that about them, to think, well, what if that happens to me?
Because that was going to be my next question. Obviously, okay, so coming out of, you're thinking obviously, 10 year 11, you're watching more stuff, you come to know what the word gay means and stuff and how you feel towards it. So now obviously moving from secondary school to college, what was that transition?
I think the transition was a bit more easier because throughout the summer holidays, I met a lot more people that were that were older than me by a few years, that were either bisexual, lesbians, gays, gender fluid, if you want to say gender fluid, like bisexual but still like the same of
yeah.
They didn't say that they wouldn't like one more than the other, just like whatever the other. It's all about the personality. For like the personality and the sexual attraction is there. We go.
Yeah.
So I was down. So I think when I then got to college, and then when you go to college, there's a lot of people that are a lot more older than you, so you learn more about people's life experiences and things that are actually happening out there in real life.
Sorry to put a pin in. What did you study at college?
Media. I was on media.
Okay.
So you'll realise, for those that are in college or in school or just going to college, you'll realise when you go into college, you'll meet a lot of people in media, fashion, all these beautiful industries, and realise that most of them are either gay, lesbian, gender fluid or something.
Yeah.
Not everyone's straight.
That is correct.
You think that you're going to these straight industries, and they're really not straight. They're very gay, bi, lesbian or fluid, whatever.
Them top people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, did you not see on Instagram yesterday that, is it James McCoy, the black actor that stayed in Sydney Star, the transgender? He recently came out 2 days ago saying that his type that he's attracted to is transgender people. So he's technically gay, but he likes transgenders. He's only attracted to transgenders. So he likes people that still look like a woman but have a penis.
Okay. Listen, whatever floats your boat, whatever's out there.
But again, as you grow older, you learn these things. Like, people do like these things, and it's when you're young and you influenced by your socials and all of that.
Yeah.
It confuses people and destroys people.
Yeah, and as you said, like media, fashion, performing arts, because I done for performing arts, and oh my god,
big in performing arts.
When I started college, it was just like boom. Information overload, people overload, colour overload. Like, and when I say colour, I don't mean like skin tone. I mean like flamboyant, out there. And remember, college is not just 16, 17, 18 year olds. There could be grown men, grown women, and I had a few, and I was just like, but to me, when I did come across gay, lesbian, or the LGBTQ plus, it never shocked. It never like, I wasn't like, oh. Do you know what I mean? Coming from obviously a black Caribbean background, and we're going to touch on that again in a minute, you told it's wrong, you know, them feel born, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's worse for a guy than it is a girl.
Yeah, I think
it's worse for like, oh, my son can't be gay and batty man this and batty man that, but it's all right for girls. Like, huh? I don't get that bit.
It definitely has to do with music videos, the movies, things that you see generally and you hear people talk about.
Like girl and girls, very sexualised. Like, oh yeah, throw money at you and all that.
You see in the magazines 2 women touching each other's like bra straps probably leaning off the shoulder, but it's dramatized, it's fantasized about. When you see two men doing it, oh gays, look at these faggots, shoot them, kill them.
In it for real.
So it's definitely a double standard. A lot of people rather see 2 women together, thinking that it's more attractive, more flirty.
And you do hear some people, because I've heard, and I'm just like, oh my god. So like, older generation will be like, if my children were to ever be gay, lesbian, whatever, I'd rather my daughter, not my son.
I understand why certain adults say it, and I think being a male as well and living in the experience. But once people know you're gay, there's not that thought of, there's an opportunity that you'll probably get someone pregnant or you'll ever get with a girl.
Yeah.
You'll always be gay. There's never that 1% chance of you'll have a child, or if someone comes across change, they may change you. Whereas a girl, you know, you still have your boom. Eventually you are going to get broody. Not a lot of women do, but there's a chance that you are going to get broody, or you may have that one drunken experience where you have sex with a man and you then end up getting pregnant. It's like, okay, my daughter's never going to be 100% a lesbian. She'll never, just stick to him forever.
No, I get it on that point.
She's gonna want a family. She's gonna want kids. She's gonna want this. It's just a double standard, really.
It really is. It really is.
Because life is really all about double standards.
If you're gay, straight, whatever, life is double standards. It really is. So then, obviously, okay, we've gone into college. There's obviously gay, lesbian, bisexual people on the course. So how did that make you, like, I'm not going to say how did that make you feel, but
well, to be fair, on
going
my course,
into that or seeing that.
My course, there wasn't really, I think I was the only gay person on my course, but there was a lesbian on my course and we became friends.
Okay.
And we were friends before the course, but we became even closer because we already knew each other. And the fact that we already knew each other and we learned even more on the course within the first year was like, we can definitely vibe. And then there were other people that I had seen around, again in Birmingham, because it's such a small city, see everyone quite often. So there's other people that I saw around that I already kind of knew by face, but I didn't know who they was, but they knew who I was. So when they came in the class, they're like, oh my god, you're in this class. And look at them like, I don't know who you are, but I'm here. And they're like, oh, you don't know me, I used to go to this school. I'm like, oh, I feel like I've seen you on the bus before, the 103 or the 24 or something, but no. I don't really pay attention to people's faces. If I don't know you, I don't pay attention to you. That's just how it is. If I don't know, even if I don't know you, if I know your face and your name, I will pay attention to you, but if I don't know your face at least, I ain't paying attention to you. Why do I need to pay attention to you?
That's true.
You're not paying my bills. You're not giving me eye candy. You're not
that part right there.
You're definitely not flirting with me back, giving me that eye contact. So why am I watching you? Period. But
So like, okay, so going into obviously college.
I was kind of comfortable and. Sorry to cut you. My class, when people learned that women hair was gay and lesbian, everyone was quite open minded about it. So it wasn't a shock to anyone. Everyone was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, I think initially one of the first jokes when they learned it was to me, I hope you're not feeling me or something like that. So my first shady remark was, well, you're not my type for me to be feeling yourself. Sorry. I didn't come here looking. Period.
I don't like you, so chill. Don't flatter yourself. I hate that,
most of them do. It's just like, you're not that nice. Like, your food ain't even that good. Like, your penis probably smells. It's probably small. Your short game's weak. And you probably only last 2 minutes. Behave yourself. Because you know a lot of these boys like to do a lot of just talk.
And you know those people that love to talk? But that's for
Not
another
even that,
conversation.
girl. You just give even half of that.
Half in that little stump.
This is the one that I saw the other day. They thought he was gonna try and give me a little Roger. I'm like, what are you gonna do with this? I was like, no way. This is not happening today.
Stop it.
Nah.
So okay. So college people know.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any part of you, obviously, as you said, Birmingham's small, and it seems like everyone knows everyone, especially in the gay community. You can't, like...
Well,
do you know?
At that point, I wasn't really part of the gay community like that.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, obviously, I had friends. I had one lesbian. I say 4. Well... Okay, 3 lesbians. Wow. 2 lesbians, 1. Wow. 2 boys. I have to just stop even go back as well.
Yeah.
So 2 boys, 1 lesbian, and 2 gays as friends. 2 boys, 1 lesbian, and 2 gays.
I don't know. Because it sounds like a shopping list to me.
It's kind of like a shopping list. I have to make sure that I'm getting it correct. I don't want to do anyone's pronouns or anything's wrong. So 2 boys, because that's what they are pretty much bisexual.
Yeah.
1 lesbian. No, I have to say it again. 3 boys and 2 lesbians. 3 boys. No, because you know what? You know when you forget that someone takes odd, but because they're pretty much with girls more often than they are man.
Yeah.
I forgot that should takes odd too. So 3 boys, 2 gays. But so back then. I think it was fine. I didn't have
so did you obviously you said you told your college people, like, did you say you're gay? Did you say you're bisexual?
No, it was more of a case of, it's not like I'm not the sort of person that I'm gonna put it straight out there. If we're chopping it up and we're talking and then you feel confident to ask me the question, depending on how you ask me the question, depends on how you get a response.
That's true.
So if your question, it seems like you're being genuine, like you're genuinely just interested to know like who I am and what a bit more about me, I'll answer you. And that's what everyone did. Most of us were doing group conversation, like we all sit down at the table because we were all, like our chill was always late, at least 10-15 minutes late. So we'll sit down, talk, and then everyone just ask each other's questions, just like icebreakers. Within the first 2 weeks, we were doing a lot of icebreaker questions. What's your name? What do you like doing? Favorite color? Things like that. Do you have a pet? What's your favorite pet? Have you ever had a pet? Just to get to know
best small talk, innit?
Yeah, and then I think it was in the last week. So you had, I shouldn't even say it like this, but you had your minorities and you had your majorities.
Yeah.
Your minorities, which were your 6 people or 7 of us. We just mainly kind of stuck together as a group.
As always.
Eventually, as the end was coming to the end, because a lot of people dropped out.
Yeah.
There's only probably about 15 of us left at this point. Even some from my group dropped out, so there's probably like 4 or 5 of us left. And it was near closer to the end of the year. We was doing a project and we was filming, and one of the girls just said to one of the boys, a boy and a girl. I still kind of speak to them every now and again when I do see them on Instagram. They're just like, oh, out of curiosity, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I just wanted to ask because I feel like it, but I don't want to offend you. It's like, what? I was like, yeah, go ahead, like, because it's you asking.
Yeah.
And it's for somebody else to be a bit more on the fence now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, are you gay? I was like, yeah. I think I am. I've never done anything with a guy, but I think I am. I do, every now and again have a thought, but I haven't acted on it. It's like, oh, okay then. And that was it. It was quite easy, I think.
Yeah.
At that point, I think I had never acted on it. It was like, as soon as you say you never acted on it, you don't know.
Yeah.
People are just like, okay, so
you probably not. Yeah, you kind of like.
Yeah, you're still testing the waters, but everyone's like, well, have you ever had sex with a girl? No, not at this point yet.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, so when are you gonna do it either? Well, I don't know, because I don't. At that point, I wasn't really attracted to people by their physical appearance.
Okay.
It was always what I liked. Internally and who the person was. I wasn't really attracted to people. I'm still not to this day. Your physical appearance does not turn me on.
Yeah.
Well, your physical appearance can turn me on, but
there's more to it.
Yeah.
Because looks go.
Yeah.
That's what you need to know. Looks do go and looks do fade.
And our first video will tell you a lot about that one too.
In it for real.
A lot.
So obviously school, college done. Birmingham being small. So when did you, or how did you tell your mum or your family, or was it a thing where they kind of knew, so there wasn't a conversation that needed to be had?
I can't say all mixed into one, but it's quite crazy how it came out. Really, this time I'm not living at home anymore, so I don't have any obligation to tell my mum anything anymore. Even though you're my mum, I'm not obligated to tell anything anymore. So I think I was having a bad day, so I must have went to my mum's house. Just feeling like a bad day, just wanting some motherly love, as everyone would do on a bad day. And we was in the living room. I can remember this. We was in the living room, and she was in the garden. I was standing in the living room. She was standing in the garden, and she's doing her parts, planting her parts. And she said something to me, and I just switched. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I just switched, and my mood just went from happy to so sour so quickly.
Yeah.
And then she like, what's up? She kept asking me, what's up? I was like, nothing. Don't ask me no questions. Don't ask me no questions. And I'm being defensive. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then she said something again, and my response was, well, why don't you ask your dickhead child about something. So she's going, what do you mean by that? I goes, ask your child, for your child now, ask them about something. So eventually, she's gotten a little bit emotional, I've got a little bit emotional, and then I was like, you know, Mum, this is what happened to me at such and such age. You know, I didn't say anything because I didn't know what it was. It didn't happen to me again by somebody else. It didn't happen again by else, and it's just too much. Yeah. And then I feel like I've done self-counselling to myself for me to be able to even say anything about it and how many times it's happened. I'm definitely not a victim.
Okay.
I'm definitely a survivor.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
Definitely a survivor because I'm going to talk about it. A lot of victims hold it in,
become
a victim and then commit suicide and things like that. I'm not going down that route. Don't get me wrong, I almost got close to it, but you know, self-healing, self-surviving. It's hard.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, to pick up on that, like,
I feel like some people's sexuality is given to them. You're not allowed some people are not allowed to develop it. Some people's is given to them. So if sexual acts has happened to you before your mind and them hormones have started in your brain.
Yeah. It's taking away the innocence of it all. And it's like, sometimes
some people say I have an innocent look about myself which they find very attractive. And when I hear that, it makes me very sick. Because I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. But then you see, as I said earlier, triggers and you don't even know. You're thinking, right there. Which one you say? Like,
because when I was younger, I used to think it was an attractive thing, having that innocent look, but it's like a innocent, childish look, like I must look like a child, like someone you want to rape or do something
like paedophilia stuff, innit? Like, yeah.
And I even Googled it because there's a book that I read called The Laws of Attraction.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've read The Secret, which is kind of like the same kind of thing.
Possibly. I think so.
But yeah, carry on.
So the Laws of Attraction, and it talk about innocence. And innocence is pretty much, it felt like I was reading who I was in my sexual nature.
Yeah.
I don't say anything, but I give you an eye. I won't stand too close to you, but I'll let you know of what time by. Like little things like that, little things that I would do that would make you notice me, but you'd think I've got this innocence about me. The way that I would speak to you, I won't speak to you at a volume where it's very vividly clear. It's more, hey, how are you? Like very soft, very innocent. Like, it's not that I'm doing it purposely, it's because I'm trying to protect that's inner me.
Yeah.
and then that
No,
comes
I get
out.
that.
But yeah, it's kind
I
of
get that.
scary.
It is because
Talking about it is so scary right now. You know, I think what everyone does, we overpsych ourselves.
yeah,
And we'll make situations a lot worse than what it is going to
Yeah.
be. Don't get me wrong, there are sometimes in some families where how they visualize in their head is exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
But I think it's because of certain acts that you've done or you've portrayed in life before you've done open your mouth. So someone we talked about earlier,
yeah,
you know, you were doing girlfriends but secretly sleeping with men. Then you buck up in Pitney for your baby mother and their whole family to find out that you are that way in crime.
yeah,
But not like you verbally said it. Someone put that out there.
yeah,
And then that's happened. That's when it's the wrong way.
yeah.
And then it goes left. I feel like if you're
upfront, straight.
yeah.
If
no one has nothing to say.
Yeah. If it happens, it happens. But at least you're
Upfront
and honest. And that's
it is hard to be. But
yeah, and that's what it is. I think.
Because my mum was always that person. Ask no questions, hear no lies.
Okay, yeah.
So it should be like when I used to be dating CHÉY before that broke down. She used to always ask me about them, but the last time she asked me about them and I told her what had happened, she's like, I'm never gonna ask you any more questions about anyone that you're dating. If you don't come out and tell me, I'm not asking. I was like, why should I ask you my questions here? No lies. That's no lies, baby. I was like, really? She's like, I don't want to know anymore because if that's what they're doing, imagine if the next person that does it, you're gonna tell me. You're gonna tell me lies. So ask no questions here.
No, that's true. That's.
I was like, okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna lie. See, when I moved to London, I still, for the first 3-4 years of me being there, I still had Birmingham mindset. I can't do anything with anybody random. You have to be a certain type of nigga that I want to deal with, or a certain type of like an industry professional if I'm going to deal with you, because if you know this person and the fact that my cousin is this person and my other cousins are this person, this one's now doing this on big TV and she's out there, I'm underneath her pictures quite a bit saying, yo, congratulations, cause if you see like that and you find out who I am, you could use me for clout, you could do this, you could do that. So, I understand. So I had the Birmingham mindset, but now, being in London for how long I've been, and really understanding that every city is very different.
It is.
Don't get me wrong, the city is so small, but every city is very different.
It is.
No matter where you go, everyone knows everyone still.
No, that's true, you know.
Everyone knows everyone still. Because I'm in London and I'm still seeing Birmingham people come to half of the events that I go to in London. Where was just before? All of a sudden I'm in London now.
That's crazy, you know.
All of a sudden everyone's from Birmingham's in London now. So it's just like, do you? Sometimes you just have to really just do you. You can't. I always tell people, don't live for other people, live for you.
I think that comes later on as well in life.
It does, but it's a realization.
You
have to have that realization of, why am I living to make other people happy? Because you lose that happiness in yourself. When you start to lose it and you realise that you're losing it.
I think once my mum knew, a weight was lifted off my shoulders and I could be free. I'm saying that now, but even still, when I go to a new work or whatever, I don't say that. If they ask, then I'm like, X, Y, Z. But I never lead with that, because I don't think, some people say, oh, there's, like, one, let me tell you a story. Went out for my friend's birthday, way years back, and she was like, we were all different friends, but our main friend, that's our mate, do you know what I mean? So she was like, oh, this is so and so, this is so and so, this is so and so, and then she was like, this is my friend, you know, she owns her own hair salon. Oh, hello, oh, this is my friend, she's on this course, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Oh, and this is my friend Shay, she's bisexual. And I'm like, why would you introduce me? And that's the first thing you say. Now, I think I was about 18. I was about 18, 19. I don't know, why would that be the first thing you say? Do you know what I mean? And from then I've looked at her sideways, like, I say she's a friend, do you know what I mean? Like, here and there. But I'm like, I feel like you're putting me back into that box that I don't, you're putting me in a box that I don't want to be in. That's why I don't do labels. And that's why I don't run with telling people who I am, because I feel like that bad experience, whether she meant it or like meant it maliciously or not, is that all you're gonna see me as?
Pretty much.
Is CHÉY? Oh, she's bisexual. Do you know what I mean? Like,
bisexual will
I'm
always
not
come first than anything else.
I don't get it though. Your label, your sexual preference. I'm doing quotes because whatever. I don't think that should be first, because it's not who. It's a part of you, but it's not who you are.
But that's where ignorance comes in.
Well, yeah, that's true, and that annoys me. That annoys me.
You think so?
It does.
Does it annoy me, babes? If you're gonna be ignorant, I can be ignorant just as bad too.
Oh yeah, I can be petty. I'll be petty, but it does annoy me, and I don't like boxes, and I don't like.
Well, that one was a bit below the belt, so I can understand. So yeah, I think.
I don't know where, So low. More than that. More than that. All right. Gosh. But yeah, so obviously we spoke about Black Caribbean and whatever. So where are you now with the whole
identity
thing?
crisis. Let's just call it identity crisis at this point.
Yeah. So obviously my first question was, what do you identify as?
Still, I don't know.
And you said obviously you don't know. Obviously that's not going to change in the hour. Like, now this whole hour I identify as this.
Don't be wrong. I am exploring my sexuality. I'm trying to really find out what are my likes, what are my dislikes, what are my non-negotiables, how far am I willing to go in my sexuality, and how am I comfortable in just who I am now, or is there another avenue I need to explore before I can say, that is who I am? Because for the longest I've just said I'm gay, but then I've had people say, oh, you're quite feminine. I've had people say, oh, you're quite androgynous. I've had people say so many different sort of things. I feel like, almost 31, it's time to really maybe explore these avenues and see what it's like.
You don't need to have, as I said, you don't need to have a label.
Yeah, it's not having a label. I think it's just
do you
exploring what a male androgynist is, then exploring what a femboy or someone like a feminine boy is, and then just exploring all those different avenues and seeing what really
fits
is
you.
Me. Yeah, what really.
But then you don't even need to do the one. No. Because I wouldn't see you as a femboy. I've seen you.
Yeah. Like
pictures and videos. Like I've seen that side, but me, I wouldn't say that about you.
But I feel like.
But I don't know if that's because.
I think when you're around certain people, you're different.
Yeah.
I get that. Maybe as well. Because even when we went Birmingham prior, I don't think I was.
Nah, you wasn't at all.
But I think that's just when
Birmingham. Yeah.
I've become a lot more reserved when I hit Birmingham.
Yeah.
Like you won't. Don't get me wrong, you'll probably see me cross my legs or carry a bag and some pearls. Like don't get me wrong.
But when you're in London, you're different crowd.
London, different crowd.
You adapt to different.
Yeah, I feel more free. I think because I'm away from family and having
the eyes and stuff.
Yeah, having eyes on me, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
If I want to step out in pom-pom shorts, I can step out in my pom-pom shorts. I've done it a few times and nights out. Can't do that in Birmingham. Couldn't do it in Birmingham. Because people were like, are you trying to get dick in the toilet or something? Why is he dressing like that? Why is he trying to dress like a girl? Because wouldn't a girl do an oversized top with pom-pom shorts?
Yeah.
There'll be those little nitpicky comments, so I don't have time for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we're definitely going to do part 2.
God, we have to. We're
going to do part 2, we're going to do part 3.
But
I think this was just an insight of obviously growing up from point A, coming to point B, and how that whole journey has been. Thank you for watching, and I've been your girl, Shay Dominic, and this has been the Shay D Show. Conversations with
Remel.
Peace. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye guys. Good night.